Let's make Cricut Joy stickers. This is not a function that is built into this machine, but I have a workaround for you. Let me show you how to make these cute sticker sheets. Hey, you're watching Creative Ramblings. Thanks for being here. Today we are working with the Cricut Joy. This is the smallest and most budget-friendly member of the Cricut cutting family. I love this machine. It is space-saving, compact. You can get a little pouch for it just like this, but it has a ton of capabilities. Today we are talking about print then cut stickers, which is not something you can normally do with the Cricut Joy, but I'm going to show you a workaround. So you're going to need your Joy and a cutting mat. I opted to use this long mat, and I highly recommend setting aside one mat that you're going to use for stickers. Then you're going to need the blade that comes with the Joy and also a pen to go in it. So let's get started. Let's head over to Cricut Design Space. On a blank canvas, we're going to draw a rectangle. I am going to draw one that is 4 by 8 inches. If you choose to use a smaller mat or make a smaller rectangle, just remember that size. You're going to need it for later. I'm going to choose the pen option so I can draw this rectangle. Make sure my Joy machine is selected and then click Make It. We're going to use the mat, and it really doesn't matter from here what material you use. So go ahead and pick anything. I'm just going to choose cardstock. And then we're going to send it over to the machine. On the Joy, you just open up that clamp, take out the blade, and stick in a pen. Then follow the prompts from Design Space and load in your mat. You do not want any material on this mat. What we're doing is drawing a 4 by 8 box on the mat. You can see that I've drawn a couple boxes before. Once you've drawn it, if you use the same kind of the mat, you don't need to redo this every time. Now that we've got the box drawn, I can take that pen out. We're done with that. Put the blade back in and let's head back over to the computer. So now I'm going to open up Canva. Canva is a free design software. I am using some pro features here, but you can do most of this with the free version. So I have a blank canvas and it measures 4 inches by 8 inches, the same size we used back in Design Space. I am putting a rectangle over that canvas, same dimensions, and I'm going to make sure my rectangle has a border. I also want the background to have some kind of a color. Now I'm going to use the Elements section and add some stickers that are built into Canva. If you design your own stickers, you can upload them here, or you can buy them from a place like Design Bundles where you can get 100 stickers for just a few dollars. I really like these from Canva. So what you want to look for when you're making stickers is to make sure that all of the graphics have an offset. You can see there's a white border around everything that I'm using here. It's really helpful to have that green background because I can see that my stickers have a white border. So I'm just going to fill up the whole sheet here with a bunch of stickers that I really like. When the sheet is full, I am going to export this graphic. I'm going to do that up on the right by clicking on Share, then Download, and I want to download it as a PNG. Now we're going to head back over to Cricut Design Space and upload these stickers. We can cancel the cut that we did or the drawing of the box, use that same canvas, and just go to the Upload button. From here, I want to select Complex, and then I want to remove the background. I can do that by just clicking on all of the green. In the next screen, I'm going to see what the cut image looks like and what the print image looks like. I'm going to name it so I can find this sheet later and then add it to my canvas. This image is going to be a little bit bigger when I add it in, so I just need to resize it again to that 4 by 8 rectangle. Now we need to print this sheet. So I can get rid of that first rectangle that we drew. And up in the right-hand corner where it says Joy, we are going to select either the Maker or the Explorer. You do not have to own one of these machines, but we need to select that in order to get the print function. Then I can click Make It. This is what it's going to look like when it prints out. And now I can send it to my printer. A couple tips here, always turn off that bleed button, and I like to use my system dialog box because I know my printer. For the Canon that I'm using, I like to use just standard printing. I'm choosing glossy paper. We're using the Nito super glossy waterproof labels here, and I'm gonna add it in the rear tray of my printer. This Canon is an excellent printer for crafters. It does print and scan documents if you have that need in your home, but I love it for printing stickers and all kinds of other graphics. It has this rear load tray in the back for cardstock or sticker paper. The ink is fairly inexpensive and the colors come out beautiful. When using this glossy paper, always let this sit and just let the ink dry for a little bit before moving on to the next step. So now we can cancel that cut, go back to our canvas, and change the machine from the Maker to your Joy. Now you'll notice that it says, hey, wait a minute, we can't do print then cut with a Joy. So that's okay. We're going to click on our image and change the operation to cut. Everything's going to gray out, and now we can go to make it. We're going to choose the mat, and now we want a kiss cut. So we want the sheet to stay intact and be able to peel off the stickers. So we're going to have to make our own material here. So we can browse materials and go all the way down. You can see that I've made my own materials before, but let me show you how I did this. Click on Material Settings, and nothing has quite the right settings for what I want to do. So I'm going to add a new material. I'm going to name it after my sticker paper so I know how to find it next time, and then click Save. For these super glossy Nito labels, a pressure of 80 works really well. For the matte finish Avery labels that I've also used, a pressure of 70 works really well. Some of this is trial and error, but start with these and then tweak it if you need to. So I'm going to save it from here, click Done, and then go back and choose that material. Now we're all set here, but we need to do a couple things to that sticker paper. It's best to use a paper trimmer for this step. I love this one from Fiskars. It has a piece of wire down the cutting line so you can really line up your lines perfectly. So you'll notice on our sticker paper, we have two rectangles. The big one outside is used if you're going to cut stickers on your Maker or your Explorer. But we just want that inside box that we actually drew. So I am going to cut along the inside rectangle. Now grab that mat that we drew the rectangle on and take your sticker sheet and place it inside the blue rectangle that we drew earlier. So the purpose of drawing this rectangle is to know exactly where to put your sticker sheet. Unlike the Maker or the Explorer, the Joy doesn't have a little eye that can read registration marks, so it's just gonna cut where it's gonna cut. So place your sticker sheet just like this. Use a brayer to push it on. Don't use your fingers. You don't wanna risk smudging anything. And then we're gonna load it into the machine and let it cut. The Joy is going to cut around the offset of all those stickers just like we told it to. It is also going to cut out another rectangle, and we actually don't need that because the rectangle is the drawn line. So keep an eye on this when you get to your last sticker and that cut is done. Just hit pause over on your computer and then cancel the job. We don't need to cut that extra rectangle. And now we have a perfect kiss cut sheet of stickers. This glossy paper is fantastic. These stickers are waterproof. You can put them on water bottles. You can put them anywhere. This can be a difficult process to do the first or second time you do it, but once you've done this a couple times, you can do this so easily. Design your own stickers and upload them directly to Cricut Design Space, or use some from Canva, or even something like Design Bundles. I have a few links down below. You can see the different papers I used here. You can get a matte finish or a glossy finish. It really depends on what your end use for these stickers is. I hope you learned something here today. My goal was to teach you how to make stickers using the Cricut Joy. I love this little machine. Be sure to check out my other Cricut Joy videos and learn more about how you can use this little guy. If you have any questions on this process, drop them in the comments. Let me know. I'd love to help you out. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next simple craft video. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.